And sorry guys, I was telling a guy I know that lives on the East Coast how hot it's getting here in California. Look at this. Not sure how well you can see that, but this screwdriver was brand new. It's already been melted from the heat in here up in Northern California. Yeah, that's not dust, guys. That's... see if I can get to focus here. That's not dust. See, that's just all... it's actually melted from the heat. Yeah, it gets pretty hot around here. Anyway, I'll pause the video and show you again once I get this step wedge out. Okay, so I got the step wedge out here. See? Not too bad. I have to say not real proud of how easy it was to get out of there. I personally hung this head about a year ago, and man, I sure hope I'm doing better than that now. But anyway, now I'm going to try to get this head off of here. I guess I'll replay the video once I get the head off, and then show you what we do after that. Okay guys, so I got the head off here. As you can see, it's a good 8-pound American maul head. Nothing really wrong with the head. Maybe a couple little chips in the edge. Hardly even any mushrooming on the back, actually. It's a fairly nice head. Not real old, but old enough to still be, a quality built. And then here's the handle. Just a link handle, unfortunately. I looked for a couple years around here and I could not find anyone selling hickory lumber. So I just had to get these pre-made handles. And they're not horrible, but they're not that great either. There's some more over there I'll be showing in future videos. I'm a bit of a axe addict, I realize. But anyway, try to get the head squeezed down on here a bit farther. That way it'll be a bit tighter, and we'll go from there. Okay guys, here's a little trick I learned for you real quick. So vices, as you know, can scar wood. So just get like an old pair of leather gloves here, okay, and I can just squeeze them over the jaws. Obviously, the bigger the glove, the easier it is to do. But now, when I put my handle in here, it's not going to scar it real badly. It's not going to leave those almost waffle-like imprints on it. So yeah, I thought you guys might like that, because I've heard a lot of people saying, hey, I can't get soft jaws for my vise, what can I do so I don't scar my wood? So there you go. Okay guys, so I filed this down a bit, or rasped it down a bit. I'm not exactly sure how you say that. I know you can't really tell because it was already worked a little bit there, but in theory that'll be small enough that I can now get the head a bit farther down, put a nice big wedge and step wedge or two in there, and go from there. So this is the first attempted hang of the head. I'll show you guys once I get it on there. Sorry I can't show you more, but I don't have a really good place to put my camera, which is just my phone actually. While I'm doing this, I actually don't even really have a stand for it, so I just have to hold it. So sorry about that guys, but I'll see what I can do. It's all a work in progress. Okay guys, so now I got the head set down on there. I'm not sure how well you can tell, but it's probably about a 1/4 inch farther down than it was before. So now is when I'm going to put a wooden wedge in there. Some people say, don't put a wooden wedge in there if it's this long. Normally I have. This time I'm actually going to cut it off a bit shorter and then put my wooden wedge in there, and then possibly cut it even shorter still. Kind of just depending on how it looks, but you can see there I have not cut it yet. That's where the old step wedge was that I had to fortunately damage part of the handle to get out, but hopefully this will be a bit better. As you can see, I didn't really mount my vise right, because see, this is clamped tight, yet it's still at an angle, kind of like that, unfortunately, but it's just holding it there. I'm not going to hammer on it there. Unfortunately, I have some wasps in here, so that's part of why I'm shaking the camera. But anyway, now I'll put a wooden wedge in there and see how it goes from there. Okay guys, I don't have the wood wedge quite driven in all the way yet, as you can see, but here's something I think should be put out there a little bit better. I know a lot of people have said it already, but I think it should be said again, and that is, do not, I repeat, do not do this. Do not just drive your wood wedge in there with your hammer. No, you'll split it. I've done that before. Put a piece of wood up here, on top of your wooden wedge. Sorry, it's kind of hard to do this looking through the camera. And then hit that with your hammer. Okay, I'm using my phone like a hammer, but use the hammer on top of this so that you do not split that wood. Okay, like this, not like this. Okay, I'll get that driven in there the rest of the way, and then I'll show everybody what that looks like. Okay guys, so now I got that wood wedge driven there as far as it'll go. And if you notice that kind of grayish black line on there, that is, you take a pencil, okay, and whenever you think that wedge has quit moving, you just go ahead and you draw a little line on there, right? I'm right-handed, sorry, this is a little shaky, but you draw a little line on there so that when you hit it a few more times, you know, with your piece of wood, then your hammer, so that, you know, you can see if it's still moving. If you can still see the line after 4, 5, 6 hits, you know, maybe more if you're not hitting it real hard, or maybe less if you're hitting it really hard. If it hasn't moved, then, you know, that's probably about as far as it'll go. Sometimes the problem I have is I'll put step wedges in there and it'll drive this wooden wedge even farther down. I don't know why that is. I'm assuming it's just because metal will drive in there a bit farther than wood. Maybe I'm hitting it harder, I don't know. But I'm hitting this about as hard as I feel comfortable without breaking it off, which would be really bad. So anyway, now I'm going to cut this off and go ahead and put a step wedge or two in there. Okay guys, and gals, sorry, I forgot to mention that. Sorry if there's any women watching this, that I've just been saying guys up until now. I meant guys and gals. Sorry about that, but anyway, I'll cut that off and I'll show everybody what that looks like. Okay, so the wedge is cut. Now I'm just going to drive in probably 2 step wedges for this, I think. Will probably be about right. But also, I should probably mention, you see how that's really rough? You know, I just cut that with, where's the saw? Cut it with this here. This is a miter saw, a hand-powered miter saw. I have a guide for it somewhere around here. I don't know exactly where. But anyway, you know, it leaves kind of a rough edge. So I would recommend sanding this, or taking like a file or rasp to it before putting a step wedge in there or two. I just think that looks better. Personally, I mean, I'm going to. I know axes and mauls don't need to be the best looking thing ever, but it's good to take pride in your work, no matter what your work is. So anyway, I'll show everybody what that looks like once I get that sanded down and a couple step wedges in there. Okay guys, so now it should be ready to go. I got that step wedge in there, and I know, I gave you guys the talk about sanding that, and then guess what? I forgot to. I know, it's horrible, but I will hopefully remember next time. But it should now be ready to go. This thing's heavy to hold one-handed, especially left-handed. I unfortunately don't have any wood to split right now. I've actually already finished all of it up, so I'll just put this over here with all of my other axes and various tools. Sorry about the mess, guys, but it sort of accumulates, unfortunately. But anyway, if enough of you guys bug me, maybe I'll show off all of these, for instance, just to tease you guys. Kellyworks True Temper Flint Edge. Beautiful, beautiful tool. Also, something interesting about this, I thought I might point out. I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see it here. I'll prop this up against my table. There's 3 little, like, ribs cut into this eye. Okay, and those on each side, okay? See if I can get a better shot of them down here. No, unfortunately I can't. But they go the whole length of the eye. That makes this a real pain to get a handle in there. So you really want to do a good job with these, but it's also really hard for them to come loose. This was actually the driest of all the handles. It sat there the longest, where there was very little humidity up in a shed. I'm not really going to go into detail about that right now. Maybe I will in a later video. But anyway, this was the driest of them all. And the head moved up and down a little bit. I mean, I'm being really extreme with it to give you guys good detail there. But it did not go side to side or just do that shake at all. Which I thought was really impressive. That's a good design on their part. But anyway, sorry for rambling on so much, guys, but that's the end of the video. If any of you would like to see me do that same process I just did with the maul to either, I'm not sure, this Collins single bit, this unmarked single bit, which I must say it seems almost to be better quality than that Collins, or this Dunlop, I believe it's Dunlop, double bit, sorry I'm shaking so much, flies, double bit axe with these, I believe they're called phantom bevels in there. This is also a really nice tool. Unfortunately, it's not on as good of a handle, really cheap trooper handle there, but it gets the job done. Or this picaroon, actually this picaroon's a good example of why you be careful when you're storing an axe. See this little slice here? That is from that True Temper flint edge falling. It was just sitting here, okay, the head was up because I was working on it. It fell and dug into that, and this was at the time a lot closer to it. Yeah, that's how sharp it is. But anyway, I could also do that process with the picaroon, I think. There is that, I believe that was a nail at one point in time that I peened on there to keep that tight. Let's see if we can get this guy to wiggle at all. No, so it probably doesn't need it, but it might. But anyway, if you guys want to see me fuss with any of those, just go ahead and let me know in the comments. Anyway, sorry for rambling on so much. Hopefully you guys like this. I know it's my first video, and I don't have any editing software at all, just what comes on my phone. Samsung Galaxy S5, by the way. But anyway, sorry for rambling so much. Hopefully you guys like this, and any suggestions, feedback, positive, negative, whatever, you know, no haters, but I'm not going to attack you in the comments. I hope you don't attack me either. But anyway, thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll see you guys on another video. Till then, have a good day.